Good morning. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. Let's get something up and running on Instagram. Here she comes. There we go. All right, grab your morning coffee and settle in. I think a lot of actors are afraid to ask their agents questions because they're afraid it'll look like they don't trust them. Good morning. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career today, because this is where we get into real life stories, practical advice, and stuff you could actually use. So let me know what questions you have and what you're working on in your acting career. Just because your agent can give you information doesn't mean you should ask for it. And just because you can ask doesn't mean you shouldn't. Here's the context of what I'm talking about. I recently made a social media video about my submission report and how I use it. I was looking for it because I wanted to know. I'm doing a lot of work about trying to meet casting directors and make sure I get on their radar and make sure they know me, and so that I'm not an unfamiliar name that or headshot that gets submitted to them. I want to build those relationships with the casting directors that I haven't met yet. So I wanted to look at my submission report so I could see who it is that I'm being submitted to, but who haven't called me in. So I made a social media post about that, and it's been getting a lot of traction. Um, some people don't know that a submission report exists, and some people talking about whether or not they should ask for one. And here's an important point of clarity: your agent doesn't owe you a submission report. It's just every office is different. Every office has a different workflow. Not every office tracks things the same way. I did get a comment from somebody who incorrectly said that agencies have to create submission reports in order to satisfy the SAG-AFTRA agency agreement. That is not true. It's not a requirement for an agency to keep a submission report. It's just smart so that everybody can understand what's working and what's not. But here's the thing: just because that submission report exists does not mean that your office, your agent, your manager, your rep wants to provide you with that information. So, this is the important part. The question isn't, can I ask? The question is, what's the relationship? I've been working with my agents for over 10 years. Hi, Rachel Joestar. Thanks for joining me. This is the morning report from the Working Actor NYC, where we talk strategy and real life situations, and you can ask advice about your acting career, all designed to keep you moving forward in your acting career. So let me know what you're working on so that we can talk about it. Hi, Patrick John 114. Thanks for joining me. So as I was saying, my agent, I have had a long-term relationship with my agent. We've been working together for over 10 years now. We talk frequently. We chat about things that have nothing to do with acting because we like each other and we're friends. My agent also knows that I'm very proactive about my career, and that when I ask for my submission report, it's not so that I can wag the finger and assign blame. I'm actually, they understand when I ask for it, they understand why I'm asking. So the important thing, oh, this coffee is so good. It might be a terrible mistake, but God damn it, it tastes good. The important thing is evaluating your particular relationship with your agent, with your manager. Your intention here matters a lot. because I can understand that there are a lot of actors who are would ask for it just so that they can blame their agent for not submitting them for enough, or not submitting them for the right things, not submitting for the right projects. If your intention is to find out what's on the submission report so that you can complain, that is really different intention than show me what's on my submission report so I can figure out where I need to improve my visibility. Who are the agents that I want to talk with, and try to get to meet and try to get on their radar? Who are the people who are actually working in my market, who could make a difference for me, and who can I improve my relationship with? Whose radar can I get onto this week? So your intention in asking for your submission report. Hey, Gabriela Lucas, too. Thanks for joining me. Hey, Schlappies 236. Thanks for being here. Hi there, the crazy folks over on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. This is the daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC, and we're talking submission reports and your relationship with your agency. Information is only useful if you're prepared to take responsibility for what you learn. Because otherwise, submission reports become frustration reports, and casting director lists become resentment lists. So the goal isn't to get more information so you can blame people. The goal is to get more information so you can make better decisions. This is what I talk about with my clients, is that we work on craft, visibility, relationships, and infrastructure, strategy. So those are the things that I use my submission report for, to see where I need to focus my efforts with that sort of work. So I hope that that's good clarity about what your submission report is for and the smart ways to use it. And you can use it to improve your relationship with your agent, with your manager. Summer is correct. As they say, knowledge is power. But I think, how you intend to use that knowledge is going to guide how that conversation goes with your agent. Because I think there are some people who don't know about the submission report, and your agent doesn't owe it to you, and every office is different. Not everybody is going to welcome sending you the submission report. And I am strategic about how often I ask for it, because I don't need to know all the time. But if I can look at every 6 months and sort of say, okay, who are the people that I need to do some work with, then I think that's useful. All right, what are you guys working on? Kat Tadenko, what are you working on today in your acting career? Thanks for joining me. This is the daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Hi, Thias. Hi, thanks for being here. Kelly Bazant. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career. I was working with a client yesterday, and we started our session together, and they just had not had time to get done the homework that I had assigned for them. And this is a person who, going into this, working together as coaching clients, we knew that it was going to be difficult for them to make time for our work together and for them to work on their career. And I knew that going in. And so I wanted to honor that knowledge, and I wasn't going to force them to do a session when they weren't really prepared and weren't really going to get a lot out of it. So we tabled it for next week, but under the understanding that my part of the bargain is flexibility, and their part of the bargain is A, giving themselves grace when they haven't had time, and B, making the time to do the work. Because otherwise I didn't want them to end up thinking, oh, this is do I really even want to be doing this? Because this is where their headspace sent them. When you are stressed, when there's so much on your plate, and part of you still wants to pursue an acting career, it's easy to turn the stress and the tension and the overwhelm of your current situation from all aspects of your life into an existential question of whether or not you even want to be an actor in the first place. I want to take For this particular client, I just wanted to take the stress out of the situation and say, let's give yourself the space to really explore the work so that you can reconnect with the things that you love about being an actor. Um, so it was another sort of important lesson from yesterday, was that be gracious with yourself about your schedule and what your timing looks like, um, and so that you can actually do the work and figure out from there the best ways to move your career forward. All right, my friends. If no one's got anything that they want to check in about, nobody's got any burning questions that they need answered about their acting careers, then I am going to get on with my day. Stop by here tomorrow because heading off to a workshop this afternoon that SAG-AFTRA is providing about branding. I have my own feelings about branding, and I'm really interested to see what the SAG-AFTRA Foundation expert has to offer about branding for actors. And I will be right here tomorrow at 8 a.m. to share it. Remember, wherever you are in your acting career, you got this. Keep going. My friends, 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be right back here, whichever platform you're watching this on. Thanks for joining me, and I'll